Ngowi TV, informed economists and business perspective.
Mr. Moderator, I would want to start by thanking Professor Ngowi. Professor Ngowi has given us a very technical paper. I can assure you, it's a very technical paper to the majority of us who listen to the paper. But technical as it is, it's a very valid paper and very relevant paper, because that's where we are as a world. That's where we are moving. I think you all remember. I think we all remember as Tanzanians of the fiasco of our tax system, which has taken place in this country. That the taxman, instead of encouraging and nurturing taxpayers' businesses to grow, and in actual fact, they went in threatening people, shutting businesses, and as a result of which, other people gave up, others moved out. And we have seen the government realizing that and taking action. But the point I'm driving home here is, Professor Ngowi, in such a situation, it just happened this year, where are we as a country? Are we at all on the fourth industrial revolution? Where are we as a country? Can we claim that we have even approached the fourth industrial revolution? For me, I get worried. I get worried. Professor Ngowi, you talked of a new generation in the tax profession. If we look at the syllabi used in our tax programs today, if you go to tax college at Mikocheni, if you went to the University of Dar es Salaam, if you went to IF, is our syllabi really preparing the so you refer to as the future tax professional, which would therefore expose these graduates to the digitalization economy? We are not believe there's not much in there.
About 80% of our people are engaged in agriculture. Agriculture contributes about 80% to our GDP. Is it possible to make agriculture pay tax, for example? How prepared are we? If agriculture contributes about 80% to our GDP, now is it possible to make agriculture now pay tax? How can we make it agriculture pay more? Tunaelewana eti? Kama tunategemea kilimo, wananchi wetu wako huko, na uchumi unategemea kilimo. Je, kilimo kitafanyaje kilipe zaidi? Kipi kinaanza? Nikao ninajiuliza pale. Industrialization for taxation or taxation for industrialization? Which comes first? Huh? Industrialization for taxation or taxation for? Which should come first? Industrialization. Now what should we do then? If it is industrialization, what happened then? Professor Ngowi talking about fourth industrial revolution. Did we go through the third? Did we go through the third? Can we jump to the fourth? Is it necessary that we go through the third and then go to the fourth? Is it possible? Do we have any experience from other countries, for example? And we could also benchmark. What about Kenyans? Kenya wanafanyaje? I think in East Africa, Kenya ndio the strongest, isn't it? Sasa kama ni strongest, sio? Wamefanya nini? Is there anything that you could learn from them? Is it? No, tunazungumza kwa chini chini. Kuna you have answered it. Yes. Well developed and possibly digitalized, isn't it? Now we could also do the same. Si ndio jamani? Kwa hiyo mimi nadhani kwamba pamoja na mambo mazuri ambayo tuko nayo, mimi nadhani kwamba bado kuna vitu ambavyo tunahitaji kuvifanya kama nchi, lakini kwa upande wangu mimi nadhani kwamba mahali pa kuanzia tunaweza tukaanzia na kilimo. Kilimo kikifanya kazi vizuri, tunaweza tukawa na agro-based industries. Agro-based industries ni kaza viwanda vingine vikubwa. Then kuanzia pale tukatoka hatua moja kwenda hatua nyingine.
From where I'm coming from, quite excessive tax rates. The rates are quite high. If you look at Ireland, where I studied for about 2 years, many years ago, it was a poor country and encouraged investment, especially in technological industries. And they did that by lowering corporate taxes. I think the last time I checked, some of these companies were paying as low as 12% per annum. And then at 12%, there is a higher possibility the companies actually pay taxes, because the rates are lower. So I think the tax rates definitely would explain why we don't pay taxes, why we don't collect enough taxes. But as I said earlier, I think we are quite generous in our tax credits and tax deductions. And therefore the problem is going to be, you'll have people who are claiming refunds and then they don't get the refunds because there's not enough money to issue the refunds. So I think our regime for tax credits and capital deductions is quite generous. And but so we also allow in that process to be fooled as well. Because people will import used machinery and present it as new machinery, and we don't care. What I'm saying is, look, if you're giving capital deductions, you're actually going to give people money. So when they import, pay attention. But people don't pay attention at the import stage. They pay attention only at tax collection stage. At tax collection stage, I'll show you I've invested this much. You didn't check the investment. You should have checked the investment. And we don't do that. Others do that. They check whatever you import. Where did you get it from? Where's the invoice? Where are the specifications? Who is the manufacturer? Have you got a letter to support that this is a new item? And then they'll check and then verify, and then you're sure this item has been bought. You know, I know of an entity that imported a lot of its machinery from Ghana, was investing in gold mining, brought machinery from Ghana to Tanzania and claimed capital deductions. And we gave capital deductions. So that is, for me, is a big problem. But I think the bigger problem for us is self-interest. Self-interest is the other word for corruption. I know in 1988, QnA had employed a lot of graduates. And that was the first time the collection effort peaked. So a lot of money was collected because you have graduates, and the graduates know where the money is. They'll look at businesses and then they'll interview them, and then they'll assess properly. And then money is going to be collected. But also these people, within 10 years, they got very, very rich. And a lot of them are no longer in employment. They got sacked because they got too rich. So corruption is a big issue. Corruption is really a big issue. The last issue is the issue of ignored sectors, such as, for example, agriculture. But agriculture, if you're talking of your peasant, the peasant is not going to be your taxpayer. You cannot depend on rain-fed agriculture. Rain-fed agriculture will never pay taxes. The only area where you can make a larger tax base is mechanized agriculture. And my problem is we are not doing anything to encourage mechanized agriculture. So unless we do that, this conversation about industrializing from where I'm coming from is as good as Kilimo Kwanza. Was a good, political term, but in terms of what was happening in Kilimo itself, not much. We stayed, actually, if you go to the villages, exactly the same. The only thing that changed, I think, when I go home is I see more people now doing horticulture. Nyanya, Vitungu. After the main harvest, they'll go into horticulture and harvest a few more things. They buy these small pumps, but those are not enough. My view is every district has got to have a large dam. Every district has got a large dam. And then you have a basis for agriculture, because you can do now non-rain-fed agriculture, and we ignore that. And the last thing I think is, which is very general, it is technological diffusion. Technological diffusion. Countries that develop very, very quickly, they are able to use technology in everything they do. If you look at Singapore, all the Asian countries, the difference is technologically they were very well diffused. So a very low level people were technological capable, and they were given things that they could use and assist in their activities. We don't do that here. And unless we enforce diffusion of technology to lower levels, we are not going to be successful. And for me, this is the most important. We need to make sure that there is technology. Even when you talk of agriculture, we talk of drip irrigation. Huh? How many within an area of a district, how many experts do we have that can assist in drip irrigation? Every district. Zero. I struggled myself for 3 years to install drip irrigation in my little farm. Up until the date when I was traveling from Dar es Salaam to Nairobi, it was early morning flight. We left Dar es Salaam around 5. By 6, I was already at the airport in Nairobi. By 7, in my hotel. 7:30, I already Googled and searched the number of contractors. By 10 o'clock, I had paid the money and the consignment was there. Everything, emitters, everything. And they said they could come to my farm and actually install. And I was able to do that for about 4 acres. So can you see the level of diffusion of technology in Nairobi? Within 2 hours, you could get everything you wanted for drip irrigation. Here, 3 years. We need to, I think we need to do much, much more if we're going to be serious in terms of enabling our people to use technology in everything they do. Thank you very much.
I'm not going to repeat what others have said, but I just wanted to talk about the issue of matching a business. It's true, it's good that we wanted these people to bring in the nets, but very interestingly, you find out that these people who are going around, and in fact now it's becoming even worse, they are going through offices and everything. You start asking yourself, where are these people getting the things? Of course, they are getting from these big businesses. Everybody else now is going as matching. I think immediately, and especially now that there is that shortfall which we have seen over the last 3 years or so, and in this particular case, for instance, for this year, the only way we can bridge that gap, I think we should really relook at the matching business. You find right at the front of a shop, for instance, a number of people are lined up with a lot of things. And all what he needs to pay is 20,000. Now, if I'm on a shop, why should I pay, or for instance, someone from income tax should come and investigate me and all that sort of thing. I will also go as a matching. Pay 20 or get 20 people, and they will be distributing the goods. So immediately, I think the government should really relook at this issue. And it's getting worse. The second thing is, I think we have agreed here that the issue of what comes first. Is it industrialization and then taxation? I think we all agree that it should be industrialization. Now, unfortunately, our tax regime tends to tax investment. You find out that you put a lot of very high import duties, VAT. Now, if these people are coming to establish industries in the country, surely these should be waived, because at the end of the day, that forms part of the investment. And they are going to claim that in the wear and tear, which just Professor was talking about here. So the best thing is encourage them not to upfront pay these, what is called as front-end costs. Instead, it becomes lower, and at the end of the day, more industry are going to be established, and more taxes are going to be paid. The second issue is the stability of the fiscal regime. I think if we want to encourage more people, and especially at the industrial level, at business level, to be paying taxes, we need to have stability of the tax rates, or predictable ones, not where you find out that you can change at any point in time.
Yeah, I just wanted to add a few points to the very good discussion, and it's really a pleasure to see that that you as the responsible people are taking care of these issues and do not want your country to fall behind. But sometimes it's also good to look at the positive things. So now I'm from Germany, and it's a country which is, because we know Mercedes-Benz, it's a very good car, Gari, very nzuri sana, we all want to have these cars, and then we see Siemens and this and this. But I can assure you, when you live in Germany, the city centers, the internet coverage is much, much worse than in Simbawanga or somewhere else. So 4G, for us, we're very surprised and very, very happy when we see that almost everywhere, even in a safari park, you have 4G in Tanzania. So this is really an achievement that you can build on. You're not so much behind when it comes to internet coverage, digitalization. So for that, I can only congratulate you, because our IT infrastructure system and the legal requirements are so expensive that they do not invest in this in the countryside. That leads to the effect that more and more people are moving to the cities, so our rents are increasing in the cities, and people are leaving the countryside. So this is a very big challenge that we have. And we are also working on the digitalization of revenue collection in local government authorities and some selected ones. And there are really good examples about people who care about their community. They take their job very responsible, and there are good examples. But there are also, of course, some less good examples. And from what I personally has observed, it's not always that we see, there is no technology and this is going to be the medicine, the cure for a problem. It is the policies, and it is the follow-up of policies. So how do I want, as a responsible person, my staff members, my department, to act and react on issues? And that all is connected with each other. So sometimes we brought experts who look very deep into the databases and the way service levy is registered, etc., etc. And then we pointed to 15,000 devolved taxpayers and say, go and collect. Well, sometimes you hear, we don't have money for gas to go and collect. We need a letter to be allowed to be collect, things like that. So as long as you do not have procedures, and these procedures are enforced and followed up, the new technology will not help. It will just prolong problems, and it is an excuse to say we have this. And about the Machinga, Mr. Kilanga, that you mentioned the idea, I couldn't agree more. We did a study on the gender equality, and specifically about the situation of female traders in toilet tax. So it might look like a very small issue, that we did a study which we can provide to you about toilet taxes on female traders. So they have to, when they want to earn their salaries to provide for themselves, they have to enter the market and pay market fees. But then every time they visit the toilet, they have to pay 300 shilling per visit. And then of course they're depending on this for sanitation and so on, because there is a gender difference. Man can go everywhere for their business, women cannot. So they pay sometimes 10 times 300 shilling, and most of them they earn somewhere between 50,000 shilling, 70,000 per week. So 200,000, and it is a big part of the salary that they're paying for this, for each individual visits to the toilets, and then they are paying market fees. And then people are coming with these Machinga IDs who pay annually the 20,000, and they don't understand. You know, they say, okay, I'm here, I'm paying for this, I'm paying for that, I'm paying for that. So you can introduce this policy, but it has to be well thought through. So what are the consequences? What does it bring? And in some areas, I think there were even physical fights and struggles, etc., etc. And also on the producers. So we did there a study as well. Then it comes again to the way how you're utilizing revenue. Sometimes these, like the producers is used to a majority percentage to pay for sitting allowances. And it is not because the local governments, they do not care about their community. It is just because they are underfunded. The funds are coming too late, they're not coming, so they have to cover their administrative costs. What I'm saying, it's a whole chain, and it's a whole chain of accountability. It starts with good administration, with good management, revenue collection, revenue enhancement, revenue management. Then there comes internal audit and control systems, and they have to do like this is the first line of accountability within the organization. And then there is the external audit, and then there is the civil society like Vajivu and other ones. And if they do not work together in the accountability chain, we will not be successful to say that, yeah, we need this technology, we need that technology. Technology is not going to help us. Sometimes it is better to have a simple technology, which is helping, which is functioning, than to have an expensive one, which is very, very fancy, but it's not working. So I can assure you, when I came to Tanzania, I bought a Land Rover. It's an old Land Rover with a lot of technique and a lot of lights, but it's all useless. So it's making me problems every week. The only person who's happy is the fundi who's repairing it, because he has always something to do. And I prefer to have a Bajaji which brings me from A to B than to have a fancy Land Rover which is not working. Thank you very much.
Naitwa Pili Msengi. Mimi nafanya kazi na Invest in Women Organization. Kwa hiyo concern yangu kubwa ni kuhusu mambo mawili. Nimesikiliza presentation zote mbili, nimezielewa, lakini naangalia sasa what should be done to improve government revenue collection. Kwanza ninaangalia swala zima la kilimo. Kama serikali, mimi sijaona kwa kweli ni kwa kiasi gani wamewekeza kwa wananchi, ambako tunasema kwamba 80% ya watu waishio wanaolisha miji na sehemu zote wanatokana na wakulima. Na hao wakulima tunaowasema ni wakulima wadogo wadogo ambao wanatumia jembe la mkono, lakini sijaona ni kwa namna gani infrastructure zimetengenezwa kwa ajili ya hao wananchi ili wazalishe vya kutosha, na hata kilimo kichangie kwa sehemu kubwa ili pato la taifa au revenue hii. Sasa mimi nilikuwa ninafikiria hivi, kama serikali imeweza kutenga maeneo kwa ajili ya wanyama hifadhi, na tunapata kule pasenti kwa ajili ya pato la taifa, kwa nini serikali isitenge eneo? Maana tunaangalia kwamba watafiti wanasema kwamba 75% ya ardhi ya Tanzania ndio inafaa kwa kilimo, lakini hatujafikia hata sehemu kubwa ya kilimo kwa matumizi ya hii ardhi. Kwa maana nyingine, basi mimi nilikuwa napendekeza serikali itenge maeneo ambayo itayaboresha, ipeleke miundombinu mizuri, wawekezaji waruhusiwe, walime kwa ajili ya collection of tax. Pia tutakuwa tumechangia sehemu kubwa kabisa, kama ambavyo tunachangia mapato kutoka katika mbuga za wanyama na kadhalika. Hilo ni moja. Lakini pia ninawaangalia hao wakulima wadogo wadogo ambao sisi tunataka wakusanye mapato serikalini, lakini sioni miundombinu gani imetengenezwa kwa ajili ya kuwawezesha hao wakulima wadogo wakusanya hayo mapato. Ninawaangalia wanawake ambao wanauza mazao yao au bidhaa zao katika mabeseni, ni kwa namna gani serikali imewaandaa hawa wanawake, miundombinu gani imewaandaa. Wao wanaangalia kukusanya tu mapato, lakini je, imewatengenezea mazingira yapi ambao wanawake wanaweza kuwa comfortable wakasema tutoe kwa ajili ya serikali yetu, kwa sababu na sisi imetuandalia mazingira kwa ajili ya kuuza bidhaa zetu. Kwa mimi nilikuwa napendekeza serikali isiangalie mambo makubwa ya juu, iwaangalie na hawa watu wa chini, hasa wanawake na vijana wanaohangaika huko barabarani, tunawaita machinga na wanawake. Iwaandalie mazingira mazuri, miundombinu mizuri, kiasi kwamba hata wao wanakuwa vizuri katika kutoa mapato yao.